Don't hurt yourself.
I'm not that old.
Yes, we are.
There we go.
Kill it, Al.
Hey, there you go. I'm the sound man.
Can you guys all hear me?
Yep.
Good. Okay, well, good afternoon and welcome everyone. My name is John and I'm an old friend of Don and Julie. And I mean old, I still use paper instead of an iPhone. On behalf of Julie and the family, we'd like to thank you all for joining us today to celebrate the wonderful life of a man we were all blessed to have in our lives, Mr. Don Wilson, or as many of us affectionately called, the big man. And it wasn't just his size, his deep voice, and larger-than-life laugh that gave him the name Big Man. It was his passion for living life to the fullest, his calming presence, his sincere caring for others, and especially his big heart. It was how he treated people, be it a friend or a stranger. It was the way he cared about others. And in passing, he remained the big man. Finding out that his time in life would be cut short, he embraced death as he embraced life, with courage, dignity, and honor, without regrets, other than leaving the love of his life, Julie. These memories of Don will never be forgotten. And so appropriately, we will begin Don's celebration of life today with a toast. Let's all stand. Let's feel the presence of Don smiling down on us from above. Let's raise our glasses to heaven, to the big man. A life well lived. You will be missed, but never forgotten. Until we meet again, my friend. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello everybody. Becky, my wife, and I are relatives or in-laws of Don. And Don, what was it Don said?
There's a story behind this song. On St. Patrick's Day this year, when Don was he was having a little upswing actually when we were there. One morning, we sat down to breakfast, and after breakfast, he said, okay, we've got to have a meeting. And we thought, meeting, what? And he said, I'm planning my celebration of life. Actually, he said, I'm planning my memorial. And he said, I want it to be happy. I want everybody to have a good time. And I want it to feature music that I have loved through all the different stages of my life. And then he paused and he said, and I want some bluegrass. But I don't know much about bluegrass. So what do the two of you suggest? We thought a minute, and I thought of the sweetest bluegrass song we know. And I said, how about everybody's reaching out for someone? And his face kind of did a little twist. I can't do it like Don can do it. And he says, well, I was thinking about Catfish John.
So we're going to honor his wish and do Catfish John. Walking in his footsteps in the sweet dawn. Catfish John was a river hobo living down by the river's bend. Now looking back, I still remember I was proud to be his friend. But Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging round a catfish John. But come the morning, I'll always be there, walking in his footsteps through the sweet after dawn. Born a slave in the town of Fitchburg, traded for a chestnut mare. He never spoke a word in anger, though his love was hard to bear. But Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging round a catfish John. But come the morning, I'd always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Take me back to another morning, in a time so long ago, where the sweet magnolia blossoms and cotton fields were white as snow. Now Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging round a catfish John. But come the morning, I'd always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn.
Good morning, and thank you for coming to celebrate Dawn today. I don't know if any of you have opened your little memento gift, but if you'd like to, you might be able to help me maintain my composure, because it's very important to me that I get through this. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I want to see a seal red. It's important to me that you know my husband went out a winner. 2 days before he passed, Don bet on the Kentucky Derby. He played a trifecta and won big. So today, the drinks are on. As I stand here today, my heart is heavy with loss, but I also overflowing with gratitude for the 20 beautiful years Don and I shared together. I would like to share a few important experiences that shaped Don into the man we all knew and loved. When Don was 10 years old, he lived with his grandparents in downtown Los Angeles. In the summer of 1961, when he was 10 years old, his grandfather gave him a transistor radio. Don soon discovered the sport of baseball, listening to the games on that transistor radio. That same year, Major League Baseball was adding an expansion team named the Los Angeles Angels. Don fell in love with the sport and became a lifelong devoted fan of the Angels baseball team. He also embraced the life lessons baseball taught him, like patience, perseverance, teamwork, communication, work ethic, and taking responsibility handling failure as well as successes, and overcoming adversity. Don often said, all life lessons are in the game of baseball. His passion for the game and these lessons shaped his character and his approach to life. Don discovered his second passion at the age of 17 while attending his first concert at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, where he saw Jeff Beck, Chicago Transport Authority, the Moody Blues, and 10 Years After. The ticket price was $3.50. He was so impressed with the live performances for the musicians and bands. This was the start of his passion for attending concerts and festivals. As you can see on the program on the back is a list of musicians and bands he experienced in his lifetime. I had to stop at 120. The font was getting too small. But we saw a lot of those together and thoroughly enjoyed those times. Don also had a passion for fine wine, fine dining, entertaining, enjoying the company of friends, horse racing. Oh, I could go on and on about Don's many passions and how he enjoyed life. But of all of his passions, Don's greatest passion was me. Our love story, our relationship, our life together, and with all due respect to other women in the room, I was the love of his life. And he was definitely mine. When I met Don in 2005 through eHarmony, he was a 54-year-old bachelor. I was immediately impressed by his sense of humor, his intelligence and knowledge on so many interests we shared. I thought, this is too good to be true.